It's too short to be an album. It's too long to be an EP.
They count it an album. They count it as an album.
Which is weird because I don't. Anyways,
Well.
Sex and Arrows 2007, and then was it Clockwork Angels in 2012?
Yes, it was.
All right.
I cannot fucking believe, every single Rush album.
Welcome to episode 5 of Stuck in the Middle with You, a podcast where two guys take a look at a critically divisive film and see on what side of the consensus they fall on. My name is Derek Gade. My co-host, I was going to find another qualifier for you, but my co-host is Juan Barkeen. Say hi.
Hi.
And I picked a dud this week, I think.
You kind of did, I'm not going to lie.
Man.
But I picked a dud a couple weeks back, so it's okay.
The dud in question is 1969's The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, directed by Robert Butler.
If you've never heard of this movie, it's because it's a 60s Disney movie that nobody should probably hear about because it's not particularly exciting.
Well, it's not that it's not exciting. It's very much a family film from the 1960s live-action Disney camp, meaning that the narrative is really, really thin, and it's really meant to be like wholesome entertainment. There's not a whole lot of smuggling going on. There's not a whole lot of interesting direction going on. But we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. What in the hell is this movie about?
It's about being programmed for laughs, as the tagline so boldly claims. It's about imagination. I don't know, like
for
it's
revenge.
God.
It would have been a 10 times better movie if after Kurt Russell got the shock whereby he gets sort of infused with the computer's knowledge, it turns him into like sort of a vicious revenge bot.
That would be magnificent. Also, I feel like we should like preface this with some kind of plot. So a college is really, really or is it a college or is it high school?
It's a college.
Okay, that's what I thought, but they all look like they're in high school.
Well,
so
like
I was kind of like, did I
like,
mistake this? Like,
no, Kurt Russell was 18 when this was shot, so no, this is what college students looked like in 1969, I think.
They all look like fucking babies. It's terrible. Okay, so anyway, a college really wants a computer. They get it from this dude who runs an illegal gambling ring, and basically Kurt Russell's mind fuses with the computer, and
after like a freak electrical accident, like a freak electrical storm,
which has like it's one of the most entertaining moments because it's just like Kurt Russell acting like, I'm getting shot.
Electricity is coursing through my body. Take a look at my feet that are glowing blue.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's the basic gist of the film. A nerdy professor wants a computer because it's the way of the future, and the traditionalists running the school are like, balls to that, we gotta save our money for other things because we're a poor school. Not like those guys at State who get all the money. There's sort of a through line here about the only way that you can actually compete is to be crooked.
More or less.
And that's kind of interesting in given the current state of the American education system. But they don't exploit that because it's a fucking Disney movie.
I know.
I don't blame it for not having gone in that direction. But it's a direction it could have gone into that would have been interesting.
Especially because a lot of the movie has like things that you wouldn't typically find in a modern day Disney movie. It makes me very curious to see like...
Thing number one that you would not see in a Disney movie that's in this movie. Guns.
Yes. There's actual weapons, multiple...
Actual gunplay in this movie. It's shot like shit. It's not great. It's not great action photography, but there's a car chase and a gun.
The entire third act, there's a third act car chase in the film, and it's awfully shot. It's literally just like...
It's one of the worst car chases I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's just like close-ups on all of these people in two different cars, and then occasionally like a shot of them on the street. Like you see like Herbie and stuff like that, and you like there's actual like cars and like chases and like things happening in Herbie.
Kurt Russell's character's car, like the blue, it looked like a dune buggy or something.
It's a nice car, but he had a million notes hanging inside of it while driving. That is the least safe thing in the universe. Also, the rain in the background of
fakest looking thing
shot. It's the fakest looking rain ever, and I genuinely thought he was going back to the future somehow. I mean,
like... sometimes when you're doing like either rear projection or you're shooting like in a set but the inside of a car, you try to give the illusion of movement, but there's nothing else going on in the frame to give the illusion of movement. There's not like other cars going by or people or anything. It's really poorly done, which basically leads to the big thing about this movie's quality is that it looks really cheap. It looks like a Roger Corman movie.
It kind of does.
And it would have been better as a Roger Corman movie.
Let's be real. Okay, take a moment to admit this. Most movies would be better as Roger Corman movies.
Again, we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. So they get the computer, but they get it because Cesar Romero, the bad guy in the film, usually donates money to the school because the school is in need of money, but the dude is crooked. So he's the one who's running the illegal gambling operation, and foolishly he donates one of his computers, which has all the information regarding what places are which rackets are being run where and for how much.
Gasp.
And Kurt Russell goes off and gets a MacGuffin. There's a part that blows up during a way too long demonstration of the superior power of computers.
Yeah.
That was an extended gag sequence that could have been either cut or shrunk entirely.
The thing is, a lot of things in this movie could have been cut or shrunk.
This feels like an episode of a Hardy Boys TV show. It should have been
I'm so glad you mentioned this feels
long.
like an episode of television because, like, so much of what I was thinking while watching it, and they even have the beats to, like, cut to commercial purposely for television. And
no, it definitely feels like TV. It feels like a miniseries retooled to... Because there's three movies in the Dexter Riley trilogy, so I can't imagine how they couldn't have had, like, 3 sets of 3 episodes for each arc. So they have the computer, and it's a rainstorm. Kurt Russell will say, "Oh, I got the part here. Oh, the computer room is dark. Lights are busted. There's water on the floor. Lightning strike. Oh my God! Electric shocks. Acting." And he gets imbued with like infinite knowledge. And if this were any other movie, if this were a Roger Corman movie, if this were any other kind of genre film, Kurt Russell would have to sort of deal with knowing everything, with the Lovecraftian mind horror that comes with infinite knowledge. But no, he just kind of shakes it off.
He's super chill about it the entire movie.
He is disconcertingly chill about it.
It makes no sense for him to just be like, well, I just finished this test in about 4 minutes. I'm super excited about it. I'm going to eat my sandwich now. And that's about it. Like, that's literally his first reaction to being
super mega smart.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say something specifically about that sandwich because I noticed something while I was watching. The Foley work in this movie isn't great, but it's especially notable when Kurt Russell is eating his sandwich after he's done taking the test.
Not just eating his sandwich. First, he leans back in his chair. Then he leans back forward when he gets in trouble for leaning back in his chair. He picks up his bag from the floor, puts it on his desk, opens the paper bag, pulls out a like thinly wrapped sandwich, pulls out the sandwich and bites into the sandwich. Every single one of these actions has the loudest accompanying sound effect in the universe.
See, I don't mind that so much because the room is supposed to be quiet, and I figure they're playing with that for a gag. That's fine. But the thing
too much.
But the thing that struck me the most was the fact that his sandwich sounded like he was eating a fucking apple.
It sounded like he was eating an apple or like potato chips, or both mixed together.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like he was eating an apple and potato chip sandwich. That's exactly what he was eating.
Like, the only thing I can think of is, like, man, he had, like, a really thick piece of lettuce in his sandwich. But, like...
Yeah, that didn't look like a great sandwich. It was 2 slices of white bread with, like, 1 massive piece of lettuce inside.
That's like, it looks like the whitest sandwich.
It didn't look like a great sandwich. And, okay, so they get the computer. He gets mind zapped with the information. And some of this information includes... Cesar Romero's like
gambling information.
Yeah, illicit businesses, and it gets triggered every time someone says Applejack.
Because Applejack is the name of one of the horses.
It's his code name, no?
I thought it was one of the horses too, though.
Oh, it could be. I don't know. Who cares?
I don't fucking remember. I started losing interest at a certain point.
Okay, so he gets zapped with this information. So now. Cesar Romero's cronies kidnap him. They basically talk in very graphic detail what they're going to do to him. They're going to kill this guy. They're going to kill Kurt Russell. which is
Yeah,
another thing that wouldn't happen in Disney movies now.
Yeah, because he has all of the information that they need to keep like quiet.
And Kurt Russell's dumbass friends and their dumbass plan involving becoming house painters.
No. Hold on. So let's okay.
Oh man.
The entire way that these kids decide, like, hey, we're gonna stop these bad guys from killing our friend and like figure out, how to get him back, is they dress up as painters. They all go to the house where he's being held. They start painting the house, and then they convince the bad guys that they were painters sent by a painting place to paint the house. And the people fall for it, completely. It's shocking how easily they fall for it. I mean, I know it's a Disney movie, but
yeah.
Embarrassingly so.
Like every idea that anyone has in this movie, whether it's the good guys or the bad guys, is about on par with the ideas that people have in a lower tier episode of Scooby-Doo. That's about the level of ingenuity and awareness that we're dealing with here.
It's true. It's absolutely true. And I mean, we should also add that they were kidnapped because the reason that the bad guys found out that he knew their like gambling and illegal activity information is because Kurt Russell is forced to go on a game show.
It's a quiz bowl. It's an intercollegiate
quiz bowl for the school to win
$100,000. Money. And he basically wipes the floor with everyone because of his supersonic Megatronic brain. And he sort of spills the beans when the answer to one of the questions, unfortunately, is Applejack. And this is a dumb movie, dude. This is a stupid movie.
Fucking movie.
So I want to talk about the special effects real quick.
Yes, please feel free.
We've already touched upon Kurt Russell's glowing blue feet when he gets electrocuted. By the way, in electrocution, which he survives without anything, like no burns, no nothing.
Listen, he is the hero of our movie. He cannot be hurt.
That's true.
Plus, it's Kurt Russell.
Plus, it is Kurt Russell. Soon, he would become a certified badass in not too long. But no, I want to talk about his doctor's visit.
Oh my god, his doctor's visit is probably my favorite scene in the entire movie.
It's really good because it makes absolutely no visual sense, but it's like I admire the artistry of it. Let's put it that way. So clearly he feels that something's up. He just got several 100,000 volts of electricity through the body, through the heart. So a doctor's visit I think is in order. So the doctor looks into his eye.
Well, no, it wasn't his decision to go to the doctor though.
Right, it was someone else's.
It was because he magically passed the test with the perfect 100 in under 4 minutes.
Right.
No human being had ever finished the exam before.
So clearly the physician is the place to go, not like. Anyway, so he goes to the physician.
Exorcist.
Not, oh man, what if he did? What if this were an exorcism movie? And there was some kind of.
What if this movie were a lot of different things? Let's be real. Like,
what if a techno demon entered Kurt Russell?
That sounds brilliant. I cannot emphasize how excited I would be to watch that movie.
There's got to be like a cheesy 80s horror movie where someone exorcises a computer.
We'll find it, and if it doesn't exist, we'll make it someday.
Sounds pretty cool. So anyway,
I'm not even kidding.
So the physician looks into the eye, and he just sees like a series of like blinking lights. Like it looks like a switchboard. And he does like a brain scan, and then it's like this super avant-garde superposition of images of like computer stuff and like women and cars.
Not just computer stuff; it's also gambling and shit.
Also gambling stuff. So that's probably the best part of the movie. That's just like a great image.
It's magnificent, honestly. I loved it so much. It's so interestingly presented.
Like I said before, it's kind of a nostalgia piece for like this imagined collective, say 1950s, where people were like, rah school spirit, Letterman jacket, imagined collective collegiate experience. And
it's Disney.
It's Disney, exactly. And he's got like his posse. There's like the token girl. There's the token black dude. Everyone's a dumb shit except for him.
I was actually like kind of really surprised that there were like not only like one black dude but one Asian dude, and neither one of them were like stereotypes.
They weren't stereotypes because they had like
it's kind of a shock for Disney though.
While that is cool, I mean, between them they had like 6 or 7 lines of dialogue.
Tops. That's being generous. Probably 5.
And the young lady who plays the, I guess, love interest in quotation marks doesn't have like an independent thing to say. She basically just comments on what's going on and asks questions.
More or less, yeah. She
She's a
just like that
she's a
one, the one
plot
time she
advancement
has something
device.
like vaguely like independent to say is like when she sees him with all those girls around him and she's like, "What the fuck is this motherfucker think he's doing?"
Well, she doesn't say that, but yeah, that's the sentiment.
More or less.
This is a family film.
I know. It's
Man,
G. It's fucking G. Oh, on top of this, okay, we already mentioned the fact that there are like guns in a G-rated Disney movie, but there's a Playboy mention,
that's
which is
right.
probably my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, my favorite thing in the movie is like towards the end of the film, and I think Juan will agree with me, where they show three paintings by Marcel Duchamp,
Hmm.
and one of them is his famous nude descending a staircase. And one of the kids goes, "Nude descending a staircase? I don't see Playboy publishing this anytime soon." And it's like, "Oh shit,
I know. It was
Playboy in my
beautiful.
Disney movie? What
It
the
was
hell?"
so playful. It was such a nice joke
That
and
just
like
goes to show where Playboy was in the collective consciousness in the 1960s, where you could have a reference to it in a Disney film and be like, "Oh, those hep cats and their Playboy magazine and their jazz music."
youths.
Youths, exactly.
God, this is so dated.
Now,
Like
this entire movie is one giant time capsule, which in itself contains another time capsule. To call it dated would be being very generous.
yeah, it really like it's and the thing is like you watch other films from this period and yes, they're dated, but they're not
But
like
what came out like? Okay, this is 1969. The French New Wave has been going on for like 10 years. Bonnie and Clyde came out 2 years prior, basically knocking American
Jesus.
cinema on its ass. And
That's
this
astounding.
and this feels like a fucking industrial film. It feels like it feels like hydrogen peroxide and you or some shit like that.
Hydrogen peroxide and you.
I don't know. I like an informational film. Like,
It feels out of the 50s more so than the 60s.
yeah, but it feels like a collective imagined 50s. That's basically what I was trying to get at earlier.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
All right, I want to share with you sort of an alternate version of this movie.
Oh, you mean like a much better version? I'm sure we've all imagined. Like, I feel like we should take this, like, dedicate this period to coming up with as many alternate versions that aren't as, I guess, PC. And I
Oh,
don't mean computer PC, but
oh Lord.
ah, I hate myself.
I will go to Miami and deflate your
That was
tires.
like the first joke I thought of while watching the movie.
Oh man. And not to mention all
Oh.
the dated shit about computers, obviously. I mean,
Of course. I mean, the computer looks like it's straight out of the fucking Batcave. Like,
which is
I just,
appropriate considering Cesar Romero, right?
yeah, exactly.
But who is wasted in this movie? He
I
doesn't do a
know.
whole
If you
lot.
have the Joker, you don't waste it on this.
Okay, so yeah, here's my pitch for like an alternate version of this movie.
All right, go.
Okay, first of all, entirely in black and white. I know we're supposed to use the new technologies, but no, this movie in black and white, the staginess of it and the cheapness of it would look better in black and white. It
It
would have
would.
it would have kind of a studio feel. Two, change the score. Make something more sinister. Not something is not something that's super joyful. Not something that punctuates every single move. I hate movies that punctuate every move with the score. They're in the bushes hiding by the house. Doot 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 doot. No, 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 no. Screw that. So two, make your score more sinister. And three, like I mentioned before, make Kurt Russell super tormented because he has now acquired knowledge of the infinite. He has seen past the end of the universe and has gone through the wormhole, and he can't cope anymore. Beef up the supporting parts. Yeah, I mean that's my idea, and get Roger Corman on board. That's my ideal movie, and that's my ideal version of this. It's like basically like a sort of a version of the Man with the X-ray eyes, but with Kurt Russell instead.
See, I could get behind that. Like, I want like a weird fucking intense B movie out of this instead of just
I want some. I
our
want some.
family-friendly 50s
Yeah, I
movie.
want. I want some like some technophobic proselytizing. I want some. I want Kurt Russell capital A acting. I want like yells. I want big nose. I want. I want the whole nine.
You know what would have been cool? A Ken Russell version of this movie.
It's kind of similar to my imagined Roger Corman version of it.
It's true, but like I'm going by like Russell. I feel like a
Because
Ken Kurt.
there's nothing really to eroticize in this movie. I mean, everything
That's
is like
true.
really cold and sort of clinical. And no, this isn't like, we don't want to turn this into a David Cronenberg joint either. We want to sort of stay
I kind
kind
of
of,
do want to turn it into a David Cronenberg jerk solely for like the fact that in the third act, Kurt Russell is essentially having this like just slowly losing every single bit of computer information he
yeah,
has in
let me
his
set this up
mind.
though. Let me set this up. So during the sort of rescue from the house that the posse is painting, the bad guys lock Kurt Russell up in a trunk, and so they get Kurt Russell's posse gets the trunk with him inside and sort of drop it off of a roof, and somehow Kurt Russell doesn't break his neck and die. He just starts losing his super computer smarts, a la Hal in 2001: A Space Odyssey,
Yeah, and he also
and
has to walk around with
like he has to
he
walk in this weird kind of like duck walk.
he's like squat like it's like he's squatting but like
He's,
permanently squatted.
he's like a dog scratching his ass.
Yeah.
So they get him to the studio where they're playing in the finals against State for the $100,000 prize, and he still has some of his smarts, but his delivery becomes slower. And they stretched this out for like 10 minutes. A full 1/9 of this film is Kurt Russell speaking really, really slowly.
I want to speculate on when this film was made because now I'm actually curious. Like,
It's
what if they were
69.
deliberately? No. But like, when was it shot? Because I'm
After,
wondering now,
like
were
it
they
was,
deliberately like referencing 2001: A Space
I
Odyssey?
think they might have been because this is a cheapo Disney movie. Turnaround was pretty quick, and this was released in
Yeah.
late 1969, and 2001: A Space Odyssey was released in 1968. So it wouldn't surprise me if it were.
See, and now thinking of it that way, I'm suddenly like all the more fascinated by their decision to do it, and I kind of love it all the more for it.
It's a cool idea, but they go back to the well for like 10 minutes, and it's fucking infuriating. It's
It's
so
true.
annoying.
I mean, it's not that like 2001 didn't do it forever and a half, but like
No, but
it's just grating here.
2001 there was like tension in that scene. It
There
wasn't.
was.
It was marvelous. It was life and death. It was man versus technology. It was all sorts of things at once, and it looked beautiful. And
And now it's just Kurt
this is just
Russell
Kurt Russell's face, like sort of
contorting.
contorting. Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a movie.
It's definitely a movie. I'm just gonna run through my sort of stray notes here.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a weird fear of progress in this whole movie, like reticence about the computer, and then the sort of recurring gag at the end where it's another reticence about another piece of technology.
Yeah.
And I like that the kids, like the posse, use radios to spy on them because already in the late 60s, like kids are hip to it and adults aren't.
It's true.
I thought that
Something
was a neat
like
touch.
yeah, and I mean, it kind of like to a certain extent it very much sticks with the whole like up and comers being able to like solve most of the problems in this world like with like imagination and not with technology and like just in the way that these kids sort of maneuver every single situation that's thrown their way without the need of like
No,
adults.
they just have fucking access to automobiles and painting
They
equipment
have
and
access to
electronic
everything.
equipment. It's like these kids have some kind of repository. I just want to meet their pusher. I want to meet their guy who like supplies them with trucks and paint and all sorts of. I want to meet their Q. Who's the Q to these kids?
Who is the cue to these kids? I feel like it's that one guy who really wanted a computer. I think that's like, I
The
feel like
professor
he
dude?
put, yes, I feel like that professor put everything into motion.
This is like the shittiest James Bond film ever. Where like Kurt Russell plays young James Bond. Professor Quigley is Q. Q Quigley.
Oh my God.
And the dean is like the shittiest M imaginable.
The shittiest imaginable is about
And
right.
And yeah, well, James Bond doesn't really have a posse. He has like, let's say that like the posse is like the other like double O's or the other agents working. And yeah,
Yeah.
this is basically, a computer is not enough, or diamond encrusted computers are forever, some shit like that.
Diamond encrusted computers are forever. You did not.
Yo, you can think of a better one.
Let me think.
Live and let ram.
Oh my god, I want to kill myself. Hang on, give me a second. Now I genuinely want to come up with like a good one.
On Her Majesty's Secret Server.
No.
Yeah!
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself.
It's good, right?
On Her Majesty's Secret Server, you
That is
piece of shit.
I don't make puns often, but when I do,
That's
they're
the
good.
best. That's the best one. I'll give you that one. That's truly the best one.
Live and let ram.
No, not good enough. Not good enough.
Oh,
Diamond
man.
encrusted computers. That was shit, Derek. That was shit. Like, and you backed it up with like a great one, but like that was
I was
shit.
I was thinking I was I was just riffing, dude. I mean, they can't all be winners, right?
Yes, they should all be winners.
Man, I love how cheap the parade sequence is, where they clearly just took stock footage of a parade and then shot Kurt Russell in a stationary car waiting
Yes,
outside.
yes, yes. He literally just sits there while like shit falls on him, and he waves and smiles.
Yeah, it's like a ticker tape parade in like New York, and they just cut to footage of Kurt Russell going like waving outside the window of a car. There's no effort made to like sort of match the formats, because one of them is clearly like scratchy newsreel footage and the other one is like, pristine 35. I like that in this town, wherever it is, that the Quiz Bowl is like front page news.
Yeah, I can understand how like the front page would have like super smart genius boy, major like computer boy or whatever. Like that makes sense to me, but like the rest does
Yeah.
not.
During this is something that I don't know if you picked up on, but during the house painting scene, they have the establishing shot of everyone working, then they cut to like a typically excruciating dialogue sequence where they just exchange information,
Mm-hmm.
and then they cut back to the master shot just so we can see someone slide down the ladder, and then they cut to the next scene.
I actually totally didn't notice that.
Like they only cut back to that, so like clearly the person who did that stunt was like, "Yo, you got to keep that in the movie." It's like I didn't risk my neck for nothing. And no, I mean it's a completely gratuitous sequence. It's in there for like 2 seconds, but it's there.
I totally didn't notice that, and I kind of want to like go back and watch that. But I think one of my other favorite things about the painting shit is like the fact that they quite literally defeat the bad guys with paint.
Yeah.
More like more than anything else they do. Like not just in the house, they're fighting the bad guys with paint and like with all of the tools that come with paint. But during the car chase scene, they literally just shoot a fuck ton of like blood orange paint.
They just throw shit. That's it. They win by throwing shit, and
They
also win. They also win because a car magically fucking appears in the other lane.
Yeah,
and
out of sheer convenience, and
causes
drives
them
them off lane.
Causes them to swerve. And this movie is not great. It's charming in parts.
It's not great at
No,
all.
it's got its moments, and there's some
Never say reboot again.
there's some what. Never say reboot again. That's not bad. I like that.
Never say reboot again. All right.
How it took you? Were you thinking about it all that time though?
I'm not gonna lie. I figured it out like just before we started talking about the paint thing, but I didn't want to yell it out until it had like I had a moment.
We should probably address that this movie was actually remade in the 1990s.
It was with Kirk Cameron.
God
knows I don't want to watch that.
So you know it was good.
I'm sure it was magnificent.
You know who directed that though?
Who directed that?
It's Peyton Reed.
Peyton Reed? I totally know that name.
He's is he not the person who like replaced Edgar Wright on the Ant-Man movie?
Listen.
He is.
We're not going to talk about Batman.
But he is the director of a perennial favorite, Bring It On.
Oh, that's right. Shit. He is. I
And
forgot about that. I
he also
adorably know.
directed Down with Love, The Breakup, and the not very good
Yes, man.
Yes Man with Jim Carrey.
I don't dislike Yes Man.
I dislike Yes Man. So Juan, fresh or rotten on the computer wore tennis shoes.
I mean, technically a 50% is a rotten, so I'm just gonna keep it with its 50% rotten score because I feel like I'm very comfortable with that rating.
Yeah, it's pretty middle of the road. It's not great. It's got like its cool, goofy moments, but it's not a great movie. Rotten it is. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just so it's not weird enough to be good.
And it's not tight enough to be great either.
Yeah,
It's
and it's
just
not
kind of
like
sloppy, but not charmingly sloppy. It's a limp movie. It's barely a movie.
yeah. Had they shown me more of like Kurt Russell's like ascot tie
That's all it
in
took,
that
right?
one shot, I would have probably given it a fresh, but they didn't, and I felt very betrayed by that fact. Like, I'm genuinely so bitter about the fact that I didn't get to see more of it because it was really gorgeous and I could tell, but whatever. I'll
So
live somehow.
so two rottens. We agree. The
I
streak
know.
the streak begins again.
I know. After last week's bump in the
Yeah,
road.
after last week's kerfuffle.
I know. But last week's was the best.
No, it wasn't. We've
What?
established this one.
Uh-huh. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so anyway, let's move on to recommendations. So I'll let you go ahead.
Recommendations. Oh no, this was my
And
pick, so you get first recommendation.
oh, do I?
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead. Like I hadn't figured out exactly what I wanted yet, but I've just decided I'm gonna go with another Kurt Russell movie and arguably my all-time favorite Quentin Tarantino movie,
Ah, okay, I see where you're going.
which is also about killer technology.
Yeah, kind of. It's more
Well,
about
no, in
killer.
this movie it's
This is
not
more about
killer.
killer. This is more about killer engineering than it
Yeah.
is about killer technology.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's Death Proof. I
Yeah,
adore Death Proof with all my heart. I think everyone in that movie gives a great, like, very, very on the nose to B movie performance. It's fucking beautiful. Like, that's the thing. Everything about that movie is so beautifully, beautifully done.
and
I love
naturally
it.
the car chases are fucking exceptional in
Of
that
course they
movie.
are. See,
Holy
that is
shit!
a magnificent. That is how car chase should be done instead of fucking the computer wore tennis shoes. So what's your recommendation now that I've like
Set
shown
this
my
up.
love for Death Proof?
I am going to recommend probably a lesser known Kurt Russell vehicle from the 1990s. The movie I'm going to recommend is Breakdown.
Oh, I was gonna say Stargate, but
You know what? I would have recommended Stargate because that's an awesome movie, but instead I'm going to recommend the probably slightly lesser known Breakdown. This movie was released in 1997 and was directed by a dude named Jonathan Mostow. It's I want to say it's kind of like Taken, but it isn't really like Taken.
kind
It's
of like Taken, but it isn't
it's
really Taken.
it's a neo-exploitation thriller where Kurt Russell and his wife, who are both yuppies, who are driving cross country in a brand new Jeep Cherokee, and they get accosted by like evil hicks, including one played by the great J.T. Walsh, who was this great character actor who had recently passed away, and they run afoul of these rednecks, and they kidnap Kurt Russell's wife. And left helpless, stranded, and feeling that he has been gaslit, he tries to find his wife. And there's lots of weird, cool automobile shit that happens in this movie too. You got there's chases, there's Kurt Russell hiding under cars and over cars, and I know it's a great thriller. It's a great little thriller, and
Taken 4-wheel drive.
I said like Taken because it's like a one guy manhunt for someone who's missing, but it's him versus like three guys in like the flyover states. It's not like Taken. I only say Taken because it's easy.
And because I could make the joke Taken 4-wheel drive.
Yeah,
Because there's no Taken 4 yet.
not yet.
I know.
So yeah, Breakdown. Track it down. It's really good.
Yeah, I feel like I should like give the gist of what Death Proof is about now, since you gave such a. I like how we both pick car themed movies.
Yeah, I guess that's just sort of Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Kurt Russell does a lot of things. We also picked a Kurt Russell recommendation last week.
Yeah, that's Big Trouble in Little China, where he plays a trucker.
We're on a roll. Like, go. I hope we continue this theme of, like,
Kurt Russell
constantly
movies?
picking Kurt Russell movies to recommend.
What are we getting to next time we do this, Juan? This is your pick. It's your week.
Oh my god, it is my pick. It's my week. I have a very specific movie that I'd like to pick.
Good.
It stars one of my all-time favorite actresses in this universe, who became a favorite of mine with this movie because I think it is her, oh, I don't want to call it her greatest performance ever, but it's her most chameleon-like performance, which, like, essentially solidified her as a new Meryl Streep to me.
It's a bold claim.
Yes, I know. It is a bold claim. But it's also named after a fantastic Dolly Parton song. It's Jolene, 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 Jolene. It's awesome. I'm super excited to rewatch it. I'm super excited to make Derek watch it. I actually think he's going to like this one.
I have not seen this. I only know this movie because I know Juan likes it.
If you'd like to find us elsewhere, you can feel free to find us at dimthehouselights.com for all of our long-form film criticism.
Yeah, that's basically our home away from home on the internet.
Yes, it is. And we also have 3 other beautiful writers currently working for us right now, which are Chris Mello, Michelle Arf, and Ross Burke. And you can find us on Twitter, myself at Whoa It's Juanito, WOAH, It's Juanito.
And you can find me at Derek_G. You can find me at the same place on Letterboxd, and you can find Juan on Letterboxd at Whoa It's Juanito as well. If you're interested in hearing more of this podcast, you can subscribe to us on iTunes. If you do, please leave us a review, a rating, tell us we suck, tell us we're awesome, but tell us something. You can also check out our podcast Tumblr page. You can find us at SITMWY podcast altogether. .tumblr.com. There you can find links to our Twitters, our letterboxes, a link to our show page on iTunes, and our RSS feed. I think that's everything, eh?
Yeah. And without further ado, goodbye.
And see you in 2 weeks.